Welcome to the video lecture series of Digital Image Processing. Today's topic is Introduction to Image Segmentation. This is the introductory lecture about image segmentation, where you are going to study what is image segmentation, how to classify the image segmentation algorithm, which algorithm is being applied in which particular area, what are the major applications and advantages. So you are going to understand various factors in today's lecture. Let us begin. See, if you have to understand image segmentation, then let me give you a very basic example. Suppose you are having a image. You are having a picture where there is an image of a flower, car, camera or mobile phone, etc. So various objects are available in that particular image. So if you want to segment out, if you want to segregate, if you want to partition that overall image so that you will be able to extract the image of flower separately, image of car separately, image of camera separately. It means image segmentation is something which is about partitioning the image. But how a image is being partitioned and what is to be in which particular manner you have to carry forward it, let us discuss in detail. See, segmentation, it is a process of partitioning a digital image into multiple regions. Right? As I have told you, partitioning an image into multiple regions and then extracting the meaningful region, and this meaningful region, this is known as ROI, which is the region of interest. If from that particular picture you want to segregate out the image of a flower or the pattern of a car. So what is our ROI? That is the region of interest. And region of interest vary with applications. This is an important point. And in fact, you cannot say that there is a single universal segmentation algorithm which can be applied to all the images if you want to segregate the ROI. It means no single algorithm is perfect for the image segmentation. It means what we have to do? We have to apply various algorithms and then we have to identify which is giving us the better result. It means it is a kind of hit and trial method. Now, let us discuss in detail about the ROI. As I have given you one example, you are having an image where there is a like characters of flower, car, camera. All of these are available. So it means region of interest, and if you take the another image, it will vary with the application. For example, let us talk about in medical imaging. What is the goal of a doctor? The goal of a doctor is to analyze the tumor in a computer tomography image. If you want to like visualize the CT scan, then the doctor will try to identify what is the like nature of the tumor, where it is present. It means here tumor is the image in the ROI. Similarly, if we talk about the like another application, you have heard about the iris in eye image. Then it would be what? Iris in the image of eye is our required ROI. And the success and failure of the extraction of ROI, ultimately it influences the success of image processing applications. So this is how you can explain what is ROI, and I hope now it must be clear to you. Depending upon the application, ROI will vary. Now let us discuss the image segmentation algorithms. How it is based on. So basically image segmentation algorithms are based on two things, and these two things are similarity principle or discontinuity principle. What is the similarity principle? Similarity principle is also known as region approach. It means here the objective is to group pixels based on the common property to extract a coherent region. See, objective is similarity. It means here common properties are to be utilized. What about the discontinuity principle, which is also known as a boundary approach? See, you can analyze it very easily. If you are drawing an image of a ball, there must be certain boundary, and if you observe the behavior, then the pattern or the components which you can extract at the inner portion of the boundary and at the outer portion of the boundary, accordingly you can identify this is the boundary, means there is a abrupt change. So boundary principle, which is also known as a discontinuity principle, here objective is to extract reasons that differ in properties like intensity, color, texture, and as I have given you the example of ball, there will be a variation in the intensity of the pixels. It means mostly abrupt changes in intensity among the reason gives us the extraction of the edges. This is how you can explain. Basically, there are two approaches: similarity principle and discontinuity principle. Now let us discuss the definition of the image segmentation. See, you know that an image can be partitioned into many smaller subregions. So if you say a image is denoted by R, so here the original image is being divided into various sub-components, sub-images. You can see one component is R1, other portion, the first quadrant, you can see it is further divided into 4 smaller sub-regions, which is denoted as R21, R22, R23, R24. And the other regions are what? R3 and R4. So this is how you can see here original image, which is denoted as R, it is being divided into 7 subregions. It means if you combine all individual 7 regions, it will gives you the original image. Let us understand with the help of an example. See, in this particular example, you can see our original image is being given. This image is of size 5 cross 5. There are 5 rows and 5 columns. If you observe this particular image, for each and every point, you can see there is a values being mentioned over here, which denotes the intensity level of the pixels. So you can identify in column 3, 4 and 5, all the values are same. While in column 1 and 2, up to third row, you can see up to this particular point, all the pixel values are same, 10. Here in the second part, 30, 30, 30, 30, the pixel values are same. If you say this is R1, means you can divide it on the basis of the similarity principle. This is R2, which consists of all the pixels which are having value 30, and the remaining as R3, which consists of all the pixel values of the same nature, that is 20. So it can be represented as, see, from this particular now diagram, this matrix I have shown with the different colors, so you will be easily recognize. One reason is consisting of all the pixels having value 10, other reason is having value 30, and the other is having 20. So this is how you can represent the image with 3 reasons: R1, R2 and R3. There are some of the important characteristics also which you must remember. And here one point you must also note down, that here boundaries, you can see this particular boundary. You can see this particular boundary. So these boundaries which separates the region, these boundaries should be simple and clear. Then only the analysis can be done accurately. Some of the characteristics of the segmentation process. Let R represents the entire image region, and segmentation is partitioning R, which is the given image, into n subgroups, which is denoted as Ri. It means I varies from 1 to n. So what are the characteristics which you must remember for the image segmentation? The first point is if the sub-regions are combined, see, when you are dividing a original image into a sub-region, then reverse process must also be exist, and that must gives you the correct one. So if the sub-regions are combined, the original region can be obtained, and mathematically it can be written as what? Summation of all I, it gives you R, and here the value of I, it varies from 1 to up to n. For example, as in the previous case, I have shown you that original image R is being divided into subregions R1, R2 and R3. If you combine all the three, whole region R will be obtained. So this is the objective of the image segmentation. Second is the subregion, which is denoted as Ri. R1 will be, if I is 1, the subregion is R1. If I is 2, the subregion is R2. It means the subregion should be connected. You have seen that the previous case, there is a boundary, there is a edge. Subregions must not be open-ended. Otherwise, it would be difficult to trace the entire process. So I hope both of these points are clear to you. Next is, see, if you talk about any common value, so the region R1, R2 up to Rn, they do not share any common property. It means it must be null. Mathematically, it can be written as phi. Nothing is being common for all I and j in between. Otherwise, there is no justification for the region which will exist separately. Means they must not share any common property. P of Ri, this is equal to true for all values of I starting from 1, 2, 3 and it goes up to n. Here this P, this is actually the predicate or a set of predicates like intensity, or it can be any other characteristics, any other attributes of the image. Like predicate can be a color, it can be a grayscale value, it can be a texture or anything else. So this condition is also necessary. Next is, see, if Ri and Rj, these are two separate subregions. One is for I, which varies from 1 to n, and another is for another image. Means if you are having two different like regions, two different images, nothing must be union of this. This is like false for all I which is equal to j. Here P of Ri, this is a predicate as I have told you, and it indicates some property over the region, over the required region of our interest. So these are the 5 important characteristics which you must remember, which actually is going to be helpful for the segmentation process. Now let us discuss about the classification of image segmentation algorithm. See, there are various ways. You may find different ways to classify the segmentation algorithm, but the simplest way is the algorithm where you can find the classification is being done. It can be done easily into 2 categories. Based on the user interaction or based on the pixel relationship. So here you can find out there are 2 reasons. Segmentation algorithm is based on user interaction. Like if I am developing any algorithm, or if I am applying any algorithm, so depending upon my interest, which kind of algorithm and which kind of support I am getting, which kind of like the parameters and the overall process is being done. So that is the user interaction. Second one is the based on the pixel relationship. Pixel relationship, how the pixels are correlated in the neighborhoods. So accordingly, it is of 2 types. Let us discuss each and every in detail. So first, we are talking about the based on user interaction. Based on user interaction, the segmentation algorithms may be of 3 types. It may be manual, automatic and semi-automatic. So what do you mean? See, all of these 3 terms, it must be clear, and you can create an image Like if you are doing the manual segmentation, what would be it? We are doing automatic, what it could be? What is the semi-automatic? But let me tell you. If we talk about the manual method, what is the manual method? Here again, what is our object? Object of interest is observed by an expert. And who is the expert? Expert is the user. And user traces its ROI boundaries with the help of the software. It means here whatever the decision is being taken, that is being taken or made by human observer. So here each and every decision is like taken by the human observer. And many software systems which are already available, and they helps us in tracing the boundaries and extracting them. But with the help of this, you can understand whatever the analysis, whatever the like predictions is to be done, that is being done by the human observer or that particular user. And boundary tracing is a subjective process. Like variations may exist among the opinion. I may trace the boundaries in some other manner, you may trace the boundaries in some other manner. It means manual methods are still, though manual methods are used commonly, but they do not validate the result. The result validation is being done by the automatic segmentation algorithm. So here one important point you must remember, boundary tracing is the subjective process. Interest of the users may be different. Now second algorithm, which is the automatic. See, automatic segmentation algorithm, you know that whenever we are talking manual versus automatic, automatic is commonly preferred. Why? Because here also automatic segmentation is being done, which is like used for the structures of the objects without the intervention of any human observer. It means they are preferred if the task need to be carried out even for a large number of images. See, manual operator or a human observer can perform the task, but for a smaller one. In the automatic manner, you want that it must be done at a very high rate. So there is a requirement that to utilize the automatic segmentation algorithm, and it will carry out the result very quickly for a large number of images. So this is about the automatic. Now let us discuss about the semi-automatic. Semi-automatic means it is in between the manual and automatic. Means it is a combination of manual and automatic algorithm. So here human intervention is required. Human observer is required at the initial stage. So normally what is human observer is doing? Human observer is supposed to provide the initial seed point. Initial seed points. These are provided by the human observer, which indicates the ROI, and then the extraction process is carried out automatically. So initial seed points is provided by human observer, and extraction is done automatically. So this is how semi-automatic manner. Now let us discuss about the segmentation algorithm which are based on the pixel relationship. See, here two possibilities are there on the basis of the similarity and discontinuity. First is the contextual segmentation algorithm, or it is also known as a region based or global. What do you mean by this? This algorithm actually groups together on the basis of the common properties. That is why we are saying region based, the region which is having common properties in general. It is also known as a region based, you must remember it. And here pixels are grouped based on some sort of similarity which exists between them. Similarity may be on the basis of the color, similarity may be on the basis of the gray value, similarity may be on the basis of the texture. So this is how you can explain the contextual. Second is type of segmentation algorithm which is based on pixel relationship is non-contextual. Non-contextual, it is also known as pixel based or local. Here, the idea is to identify the discontinuities which are present in the images, and that will helps us to segment the image. And these kinds of discontinuities may be observed as a lines or edges, and then they can be simply grouped into a region based or some global level properties. So non-contextual is basically, you can say, it is about to identify lines, edges and so many points. There only you are going to identify the discontinuities. So I hope the classification of image segmentation, which is based on user interaction and pixel relationship, is now clear to you. Topic for the next video lecture is detection of discontinuities. Thank you so much for watching this video.